Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Wild Sparrow and she's gonna bungee jump on Slammed. Let's get right into it. We're on episode 7, I think. It's episode 7, maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong. 4 weeks ago, near Fall Academy week 7. The blow came out of nowhere. 1 minute you were helping Mr. Awesome set up the ring ropes, and the next, you were floored by a vicious kick to the spine. You were barely aware of Mr. Awesome shouting at your assailant. And believe me, I will have you off the show tonight if you can't give me one good reason why. He's the one. The one what? The one who's been sabotaging the contestants. Oh, not you too. Look, just because you had some bad luck yesterday, he was sneaking around the night before. Go ahead, deny it. You couldn't. I couldn't, because it was true. The NWA competitors weren't allowed access to the NWA. NFA, Near Fall Academy. NWA. This guy fucked up. Well, there's a botch in the game. There you go. The NWA competitors weren't allowed access to the internet, aside from limited toddler access to interact with the fans. But when Mr. Awesome had let slip the other day that JJ Havoc was getting shot at the GWA Challenge Gauntlet, you hadn't been able to resist sneaking into the trainer's office and surfing the wrestling blogs. That wasn't something you felt ready to admit. JJ won, of course. You brush yourself off and roast your feet, and before you could decide on a course of action, someone else spoke up. That's easy to explain. He was with me. The three of you turned to see Evelyn leaning against the doorframe, a lazy grin on her face. Well now. Zeus, meanwhile, had begun to move towards Evelyn. He stopped in front of the pop star and stared down at her with blank eyes, then moved past her and out the door. Hey Zeus, I'm not done talking to you. Conscious of the possibility that the cameras are running, you drew in closer to Evelyn before speaking. Thank you. Next, I'm gonna say thank you, because this is hitting on her, and I'm not into that. I'm just trying to get to the main wrestling company. It seems I owe you one then, but I doubt your record company will be happy about what the dirt sheets will say. Like they've been happy with me at all since I joined the academy. I'm sure you'll find some way to pay me back. I need a break. What? But we've only just begun to walk the path of true wrestling knowledge. You know, when I joined Near Fall Academy, I didn't think that actually required us to read anything. Although I suppose it's generous of them to allow us to study on the sly before you have to go through Alpha Omega's trivia challenge tomorrow. Well, that's the GWA saves face, not we do. As long as it benefits us too, I'll take it. That's it. I'm on strike for the next 15 minutes. And so are you. Okay. But if you're gonna keep me from learning exactly how many times the GWA title changed hands in Madison Square Garden due to a submission applied to the leg, then you're gonna have to entertain me some other way. Feeling frisky, are we? And what if I am? You're serious? And what if I am? Brock? Oh shit, I actually hit on her? I didn't mean to. Wow. Hey, I was just following your lead. No, it's not that there's no attraction. I mean, I think I've been obvious about that. You're completely my type of guy. It's fun, and after all this is over, we should totally, I mean, if we're willing. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Just a bit. What I mean is that I need to focus on the competition. That's what I was trying to do. Not that this will stop me from flirting with you every chance I get, but I can't pursue anything serious until it's over one way or another. Hey, you know what? I understand. Maybe I timed this wrong. But why are you trying so hard? You know that I'm adopted, right? Yep. What you probably don't know is that I spent a lot of time and money trying to track down my parents. I kept it quiet. I love my mom and dad dearly, and I didn't want them to feel like they were lacking in any way. It's just that when the money started coming in, when I had all these people dying to do me favors, I couldn't not look for them, right? I met them 2 years ago. Well, I met my biological father. My biological mother had died a few years after I was born. What happened next? We didn't have a lot in common. Simon's not really the talkative type, except when he talks about wrestling. You should see him go on, not just about the GWA, but the independents as well. He was a big fan of your work in the BWF. As for me, at first, I was just pretending to like it so we could have something to talk about. I learned about the wrestlers, the shows, but slowly I found myself getting into it as well. Of course, when I began to have my own opinion about wrestlers, we started having fights, but those were fun too. The old was really sorry that I'd cheer for you instead of Sagramore, and then he's been confined to the hospital for half a year now. I haven't seen him in... It was one thing to meet up while I was touring, but I can't sneak into a hospital without the media getting wind of it, and I won't turn his last days into a circus, so instead, here I am. Kind of stupid, huh? Not really stupid. I'm sure he's proud, really. Like, I hope so. I can't contact him while we're here at the academy, but I'm sure he's watching it. I can't wait to tell him all about it once I'm eliminated. What if you win? We both know I'm only still here because of fan voting, even if I make it to the finals. It's a panel that'll choose the winner. I just want to last as long as I can. Well then. In that spirit, Taskmaster. Doc, is Evelyn... What? I didn't expect the challenge to be over so soon. It's not. I'm here to see if you're ready to try again. Oh, actually... yes, I'll be right there. You can go tell them that I'm right behind you. Evelyn, what did you get from the medicine cabinet? It's not what it looks like. I saw the doctor give Mr. Awesome once for that bad back of his, you know, and I didn't even think they'd still be here, but the doctor had to step out to take a call, and God, I was in such pain, and I barely started the challenge, and then the pills are there, and my votes are barely enough now, and I knew if I was going to have any chance at all, I needed to, and you came, and I'll quit right now. Just please don't tell anyone about this. My father would... I won't tell anyone, but I want you to attempt the challenge. What do you mean? RVDX is poison, Evelyn. And cheating or not, I beg you to stay away from that stuff. But I don't want you to quit either. Not just because it'd break the heart of those who love you, but because that's not who you are. You don't cheat and you don't quit. You can do this. You think too much of me, Brock. You think too little of yourself. Maybe you'll try and you'll fail. Maybe you don't have the tolerance for pain that every wrestler needs, but what you do have is the ability to give your all every time, no matter what. Let's go. You told Guy that you and Evelyn are friends, but evaded his attempts to be more specific. I respect her drive, you said, and I think that anyone who underestimates her as a wrestler is a fool. Anyone who saw her soldier through Gabrielle's challenge should know that. Popular voting or not, Evelyn Ecstasy could win this whole thing. You think back on your answer and realize that it's true. If she'd made the finals, she'd make for a difficult opponent, but that was a worry for another day. You may have lost out to Zeus in the race for the first spot in the finals, but you still have one more chance. Welcome to your final hurdle, maggots. My friends here need no introduction, I'm sure, but your challenge today does. Ladies. Sasha smiles at the assembled competitors. First of all, Congratulations to all of you for making it this far. Today's challenge will involve something indispensable to any wrestler: teamwork. Now, some people think that only tag teams need teamwork, but anyone who has been in the ring knows how important trust is in any match. So for the final challenge, the four of you, up for elimination, will be divided into two pairs, and one of each pair will be in the ring, blindfolded. The in-ring combatants will have to depend on the instructions of their partner outside the ring in order to sweep their opponent off their feet. The first team to score a fall against its opponent is going to the finals. Any questions? Doesn't matter what they throw my way. I'm here to win. Doesn't matter. Lucky us, huh? We get to cross the finish line together. They don't stand a chance against us. I know you've been spoiling for a fight with Lynn since you got there, and I know you can take him. I'll guide you to him. You do your thing. Is that the plan, Wrestler Man? That's all the plan we need. Kick his ass, Brock. Well. Just the man I wanted to see. It wouldn't really have been very entertaining for me to pulverize your pet pop diva. Not that you'll be much of a challenge either. You know, it's strange. If Zeus told me that, I'd feel threatened. If Maiko told me that, I'd feel disrespected. Coming from you... You've been asking for a beatdown since day one, Lesnar. I'm gonna enjoy kicking your sorry rear out of this competition. Big talk, old man. Everyone knows it's your last chance. No pressure. I mean, what are you gonna do when you lose? Tell you what, if you promise to be good, I've got a friend at the circus who can totally set you up. What do you look like in white makeup? Dodge! You threw yourself out of the way at your partner's shout, and just in time too, as you hear the crunch of a shoulder hitting a ring post. You back away quickly, realizing that Lynn almost had you. He'd suckered you into talking trash so that he could pinpoint your position for a reckless charge. So close, Lesnar. You won't be so lucky next time. You can hear Maiko snapping off rapid commands in Japanese. She seems frustrated, but then she should have expected Lynn to be hard to control. Meanwhile, Evelyn is proving to be an excellent guide. Lynn hasn't even come close to hitting you, and you almost tripped him up at least 3 times. You know Lynn gets frustrated, and the longer the challenge goes, the more likely he is to do something reckless. The thing is, you get frustrated too. Part of you just wants to challenge Lynn to confront you head on so you can settle this once and for all. I'm gonna depend on my partner. When Lynn challenges you to settle things at the head, you take it as a sign that your strategy is working. You ignore him, and he only grows louder, calling you a coward, which of course just makes it easier to home in on him. Finally you hear your partner shout, 3! And you drop down and sweep your legs out to your right, 3 o'clock. Feel an impact. You hear Lynn curse, but then you feel a weight drop against your shoulders, and realize that Lynn has fallen on top of you rather than onto the mat. Aha! My feet are still on the ground, sucker! Nobody says sucker anymore. You can feel him begin to push down against you, trying to flatten you onto the mat. I'm going to grab for his legs and flip him over. You're in a good enough position that you know you don't need to use your muscles, just gravity. You bend low into one side and at the same time grabbing and pushing up on Lynn's legs so that you flip him over you and onto the mat. Sorry? He makes one last-ditch effort to grab for you before he crashes down, but it's too little too late. You remove your blindfold to find Lynn storming towards you. You got lucky, punk. You and I know it, and the world will too. What the world's gonna see, Lynn, is a man who knows how to use leverage. So why don't you step out of the ring while you still got some dignity, eh? Oh my god, you did it! We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the finalists of Near Fall Academy Season 1. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, big and small, the Dobbs family proudly presents Wednesday Night Wrestling. Well, if I do meet JJ, I meet JJ. If I don't, I don't. put in your left ear. Before you can ask anything, he says, special earpiece, in case you need to hear any special instructions from Mr. Dundee. You do know most of the fighting is fake, right? Now see here. Whatever, just put it in or Dundee will chew you out. As if it introduced NFA, then you're out in 5. Find a mirror. Don't worry. Little Snob was the same with me. You turn to see Evelyn coming up to you, smiling. We'll talk to Evelyn on next episode because it's getting to 15 and a half. So if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let's see how this career goes next episode. Bye.